This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
This is going back to the letter that you didn't find. Sorry, Corey's mom.
June 20th, 2020, 217 Recovery Podcast. Welcome. My name is Corey Winfield. Joining me in the 217 Recovery Studio once again is Marnie. Marnie, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay.
Good.
Have a pretty fun podcast planned tonight. We're going to review a movie that we just watched.
Right.
Of course, we did something similar, was it last week, the other day? I don't remember. Mm-hmm. And because Amazon had us thrown off by their rating system, and it was really troublesome. Tonight, it was Netflix.
Yeah.
It was the platform that we used. And the name of the movie we are going to review is The Night Clerk. And it has that kid in it. Well, he's not really a kid anymore. His name is Ty Sharon, I think is his name. He's played in movies with Nick Cage, Matthew McConaughey. He played in that one. It was like zombies take over the world with strippers or something like that. It was, I don't know. He was like a Boy Scout. Anyway, the kid's been around for a minute, and it's been around some pretty big actors, so I thought, he wouldn't take a movie that sucks. It didn't suck.
I don't think it sucked. I liked it.
Okay, now normally they do like, give me a, best or how many stars out of 5, but we're going to go 10.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
I would say 7.
Wow. And your favorite movie of all time is Aladdin?
No,
Oh.
I like the movie Aladdin, but
Okay,
it's not my favorite movie. I don't have a favorite movie of all time.
Okay. I give it a 4. This
4?
movie. Yeah. The Night Clerk. I give it a 4.
Yeah, okay.
Out of 10. I don't know. There's just a lot of things that was just...
You're right. It was definitely not a 7. I retract that. I'm going back on that.
Now I feel like I'm bullying you.
No, not really. It's just now that I'm thinking about it, it was not a 7.
Okay, because a 7's a pretty damn good movie,
Yeah.
7 out of 10 is pretty good. It's a C.
I think I just want to feel like I want to give a higher score because of all the crap and comparing it to the super crappy movies we just watched.
Yeah, we've watched some horrible... Yeah, and...
So in that respect, it's kind of like it got higher ratings off the get-go.
Yeah, and there's a lot of crap on Netflix, too, and when you're just trying to throw darts and pick a good one, you're kind of surprised that you're like, well, it didn't suck totally.
Right.
So I can see where you'd want to give it maybe a 7, but... Yeah, the guy, the Thai guy, the kid who's in the movie, he has Asperger's, and I don't even think I'm saying that right.
No, I think that's right.
Oh, okay. So he has that, and that makes it hard for him to have conversations with people, and he's real awkward. He's socially awkward, and so one way that he is training himself is he's a night clerk at a hotel or motel. No, it was a hotel.
It was a hotel.
Hotel. And he watches people and then kind of mimics their behaviors and the way they talk to people. And, he tries to use that as like training, I guess, for the real world when he talks to people. And it doesn't really help him all that much. And the creepy factor of him hiding like cameras in all these hotel rooms, like it's kind of unsettling because you feel like you're supposed to root for the kid, and then you're like, but he's doing really creepy things. Oh, but that's okay because he has Asperger's.
It comes across as super creepy what he's doing, which it is super creepy and illegal. But I think that it was an innocent way, I think, of what he was trying to do to learn how to talk to people by pretending like he was having conversations with them. Study them is what he said he was doing. Yeah. Studying them.
But it was just creepy.
It was creepy.
There's a workaround here, which they should have put in the movie. I think it would have made the movie a lot better. Because he was a smart guy. Smart guy. So what he should have done, and I'm not saying to do this if you're a night clerk at a hotel, but you could switch the paperwork out to where when you're working, you have everything that sign said, oh yeah, you will be on camera. And that way, if this ever comes up in a legal case or court, you can say, no, look at the paper they signed. It says right there, 3rd page, paragraph 4, we're recording you. And by we're, I mean I'm. Like, you could really pull something like that off, I think, legally. I think, maybe not.
Probably
I don't
not.
know. But it would have been better for the movie, I think, if they would have showed us. Because then they'd be like, oh, well, he's at least covering his ass. Not as creepy. But yeah, so it starts off like a little meh, and then there's an incident, and it's a murder, and it's like, oh, what's going on? And I mean, it was easy to follow along, to realize what's happening next. You said it a few times. You're like, oh, this is what's happening, and this is what's happening. And
Yeah, I called it.
it's like, yeah. And then you're like, okay, this is what's going to happen. And yeah. So, they try to trick you at the end of it. But even that was kind of meh.
Yeah, the ending kind of was not the best. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a better movie than what we have been watching, so.
The biggest shock in the whole movie.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
I know.
I know what you're going to say.
I know you know what I'm going to say. Helen Hunt's face.
Yeah, I knew that's what you were going to say.
It was
In those
so
words.
distracting. And
It was bothersome.
Helen Hunt, you remember her from Mad About You, right?
She's been in a ton of movies.
Twister. She was in Twister, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she was so sexy in that movie. And this movie, it's so distracting, the work she had done. It's so distracting, I had to get on my phone and look up what did Helen Hunt do to her face. And bloop, it was a article about it. And it was talking about last November, there was a show, something on fire. It was on BBC. And it ended last November. But anyway, like, that was the biggest thing about that show was Helen Hunt's face, and people couldn't get over it. Like, it was just so distracting, and they were like, maybe it's just bad CGI, and then like, no, we think she had some work done, and it was really bad work too. Like, it was horrible. Like, the movie The Mask. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about with Jim Carrey. I'm talking about the one with it's about Eric Stoltz or Schultz or Scholotz. I don't remember. But anyway, that movie from like the 80s, like that's what her face looked like. It's like so like
I don't even know how to explain it.
Distracting. It's horrible. But and then I started laughing at one point. You're like, what are you laughing about? And I was reading the tweets that people were sending to Helen Hunt from that show. Mm-hmm. And one lady was like, oh, girl, Helen, what you do to your face? Like, some of them were just wrong.
Yeah, I think she's probably regretting that.
Yeah, she's only 56.
I know.
Like, get them natural wrinkles, girl. Like, girl, what you do to your face? Oh, hey, baby girl, why'd you think you need to do that to your face? Like, oh, it's bad. But, yeah, so other than that, meh. It's what it is. Who was the lady who played the so-called fake girlfriend? Do you know, have you ever seen her before?
No, I've never seen her before.
Well, she did a great job, let me tell you that. She's pretty hot. And the other guy, he was in that, he used to be, and I don't know what, if he had some kind of addiction problem, but he was in that, was it The Thing You Do, or that, he was like a boy band, like back in the 50s or 60s movie, That Little Thing You Do or something.
I don't know.
You've never seen that?
Uh-uh.
You have to.
Uh-uh.
I think Tom Hanks was in it. Anyway, he's in it too. Yeah, I don't know. There's worse movies you can watch, that's for sure. Like that one that Jesse Eisenberg was in. He owes me $5.99 still, man. I'm not gonna let him get over that. But so that was a nice little relaxing day in recovery, and we get to review a movie, so that was good. Is there anything you want to add about the movie? I feel like I'm just
like I said, it's worth watching, I think. But, I mean, it's not one that I would definitely ever probably watch again.
There are boobies in it, so
Yeah.
if you're going to watch it with your kids. Real quick boobies, though. So, yeah. It's a good little day today. I had to pull myself out of an anger situation earlier. Mm-hmm. And I did it, and I don't know, now I'm looking back at it, and I'm like, did I handle that right? I don't know. I did it kind of in front of a guy who's in early recovery, very early recovery, and, you know, I was sitting there, and we were talking, and I just told him, I was like, look, man, I just need a minute here, because I'm experiencing anger, which is the secondary emotion, so I got to figure out what I'm really feeling, you know, because I'm trying to take the feelings that I was feeling and then turn them right into anger, and I had to break it down, and I did it like right in front of him, and I don't know, maybe he thought I had Asperger's or something, because I just kept talking to myself and just and it was like, no, I feel disrespected, I felt frustrated,
Disappointed?
Maybe disappointed, but I think also unmet expectations, and I don't know if that's the right word for it, because I envisioned things today happening, boom, 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 and then it was boom, 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 you know, I mean, things didn't happen the way I thought they would. So I don't know what word I'll be looking for to describe that feeling. Except for, you know, unmet expectations, or my expectations were unrealistic because they...
Isn't that kind of like disappointed?
No, because I was more upset because I didn't get my way.
Okay.
Like, things didn't go like I wanted them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had planned. And I don't think disappointment's the right word. I don't know, but that's at least I broke it down to that far to go, okay, well, that, you know, is unrealistic for me to have expectations, because my expectations relied on another person and what they do and what their actions are, and you know as well as I know, you can't really control what other people do. And so in a perfect world, you know, people do what they say they're going to do, and we don't live in a perfect world. So I was doing it, and I was breaking it down right in front of him, and I just kind of looked at him, and he just kind of looked at me like, I don't know. I don't know if he thought it was weird or not, but you can't really do much more than that, you know, because at least I got rid of the anger feeling and could break it down, and I can move on with my day. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I don't know. I just hope I didn't scar him, and I hope he doesn't think that it was weird that I did that. And I wasn't doing it for show. I was doing it just to get myself out of that feeling of just being mad and angry.
Yeah. But it presented itself in anger.
Yeah, and I was kind of taking that out on that guy too. Mm-hmm. You know, and I was like, look, man, it's just nothing to do with you. I just trying to do this here, so. You ever have situations like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of one, like, recently. I don't know. I mean, like you said, it's a secondary reaction, secondary emotion to get to the bottom of it. I don't think people actually take the time like you did to kind of sort through it and figure it out. I think lots of times it's, for me, probably disappointment in myself. Like you said, things don't go as planned. I don't know, I guess like working through that, like, okay, this is a crazy example. Like my dad was talking today, he brought up how when I was in the 5th grade, that I had broken my leg. Right, so I'm in the 5th grade, and my world revolved around playing soccer. I played travel and